Hey guys, this is Walsh, and just a quick one for you all. I am doing a video about Vibram 5 fingers. I bought a pair about a week ago, and paid full price retail in a verified dealer here in my city, which cost me about $200 Australian. And then I went online and I checked eBay and I found this guy who was selling them for a lot cheaper. So I thought I would snag me a second pair and see if I could maybe return the second pair to the shop as brand new, and then keep the savings. And I was unfortunate enough to receive a pair of Chinese fake Vibrams, and so I just thought I'd do a quick video just to show you the differences in the shoes, and just to kind of put out a warning for anyone who's looking at buying these things online. I looked all over the place online, and a lot of the online stores are selling the fakes, and a lot of the fakes, they even show pictures of the fakes on their sites, and that's how good they look. They look so real that they actually show fakes, and that they advertise that basically that they're selling fakes. So I'm just gonna grab the camera real quick, and over here we have our boxes, and on the left here we have our real box, the official Vibram box, and on the right we have our replica box. And straight away you can see the differences already. I mean, it's subtle, but what you have is this kind of cellophane-y paper, and this comes with real shoes that you would expect. The replicas have this very kind of standard craft paper that it's maybe what you would wrap chips in here in Australia, or fish and chips, or whatever, as opposed to newspaper. Very dodgy. The box itself, from the outside, when you have it all set up, it looks exactly like a box of the shoe. But when you take it apart, despite it being very similar, you can see there's a few differences here with this hole, and there's no hole in the real ones. And basically the box is just a lot shittily put together as compared to the, I don't know if that's a real word, but compared to this box. Oh, this one actually does have the holes. Yeah, so they've copied even the holes perfectly. Yeah, so onto the shoes, and here we have the books that come with the shoes. On the left we have our real book, and on the right we have our fake book. And if you can see in the video, I'm not sure about the quality, but the real book is very, the contrast is much better. On this one it looks very dull, and it appears as if someone has actually rubbed sandpaper across all the pages. It's not a very good, as compared to the real booklet. It's not as good put together book. But I mean, if you didn't have the two next to each other, the same as the boxes, if you didn't have the two next to each other, it would basically be impossible to tell the difference. Like, you would have no idea. Yeah, so as well as the books, the little these two things which are attached to the shoes. There was one that came with my original ones, and these are basically the copies. And once again, like, the differences are subtle. They are definitely there. I'll just see if I've got those. Yeah, here they are. So you can see, very, very similar, but different at the same time. And it's not that like the Chinese copy is shitty, and you can see, like, I don't know how well you can see in the video, but looking at this in person, it's all kind of smudged. The writing, the way it's folded, the way the paper feels, it just doesn't feel very as nice as the real version. But once again, like if you didn't have the two to compare next to each other, how would you know the difference? And say that you went to the store and you saw all the pieces, or you have a friend and you went to his house and you saw all the pieces, and then you came and you ordered it online, you received it, you looked at all your stuff, you would assume that it's exactly the same, because it's all exactly the same. Now, onto the shoes themselves, which is the main point of this discussion and the point of this video. The big difference, probably the number one thing that's different is on the official Vibram shoes. This logo on the left front of the shoe is yellow, and on the fakes, it's actually been blacked out. Now, if that's a mistake on their part, I don't know, but perhaps that's a way to identify. I'm losing my voice. Perhaps that's a way to identify the fakes. The second biggest thing, which is the first thing I noticed when I opened the box, is the top of the strap here. If you feel it on the real Vibrams, let's get a good look there. It's very nice, kind of matted material, and it feels like there's lots of tiny little dots on there, and it's kind of nice to the touch. Whereas with the fakes, what you have is a very kind of shiny, synthetic, plasticky top. And I noticed online a lot of the pictures that they show the shoes, not just the KSOs, but also the Sprint, with this shiny kind of Velcro top. I think that's another really good indicator to fakes online. Basically, after buying these, I probably would never. Sorry, the video cut out about there, but yeah, after buying these, I probably would never trust an online, seller of these again, especially anyone selling them for particularly cheap online. So yeah, the side of the fakes, we can see it's got the same shiny kind of shit material. The Vibram logo. My camera's not very good, but the Vibram logo kind of it's shiny and it sticks out more. Whereas with the real ones we see it's kind of got this matted thing all around. It's not as thick, so not as much material. So especially up here on the top right, compared to down here, there's more material. And yeah, the logo just it's kind of sticky as well. Like it's kind of like that rubbery feel. Whereas it's very shiny, very smooth. Like you can run your finger, and my finger kind of gets stuck, but on this it just goes. It's very smooth. Other than that, underneath the shoe, on the fakes, they've kind of tried to copy this pattern. Basically, what Vibram do is they use like almost a tire technology, and you can see it's kind of all ribbed there. On the fakes, they do the same thing, but it doesn't appear to be nearly as effective. You can see it just doesn't kind of the cuts that they've made just aren't as good, and you can imagine in a Chinese factory, if they're doing these cuts, they're not going to be doing as good a job. But other than that, I mean, wow, man, like these fakes are, I mean, everything. Like the material that's on the top just feels the same. The way that the toes are kind of glued together, it's like identical. It's amazing. And I'm not somebody who has a particular experience with Chinese fakes. I imagine a lot of people don't. If I haven't actually tried these on, but I imagine that they fit okay. They look like they're pretty much exactly the same size, and I imagine that they just kind of go on okay. And I mean, if I was buying these online and I didn't have anything. Sorry, cut out again. If I was buying these online and I didn't have anything to compare it to, I just don't know if I'd have any idea that I was being fooled and that I was being tricked. So yeah, to everybody out there, just watch out, because these fakes are around the place. I have seen them on a lot of sites. eBay is where I bought mine. You can find you can find the fakes all over the internet. So be very careful.